This is it. Tessa's been waiting for this. For a gazillion episodes. To finally ascend to be Rogue Trader. At least that's what I think is going to happen. There could be a plot twist, though, for all I know. I keep pressing any key. There we go. Rejoice, Von Valencia's subjects. In honor of her ascension, the new Rogue Trader generously shows you her favor. Are we literally throwing money at people? Her unfathomable benevolence, the Rogue Traders decree that every soul be given a day's ration and personal fuel cells so that they may be fed and warm on this day. Praise the Rogue Traders' magnanimity. Mm-hmm. They're all just... Okay. What is that? I think that's good. Wow, they really did do this up, huh? Look at her, she's gonna become Rogue Trader. The crowd below is roiling, their electrified exultation filling the air of Dargonus. Thousands of throats chant your name. You are at the apex of this world and all others. Amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonus. You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your mistress, a great honor bestowed upon us by Rogue Trader Tessera von Valencius. Gracious savior of Dargonus. What is that? Oh, because we made it in time. And vanquisher of the blaspheming inhumans. May their unholy kind perish in the flame of righteousness. The cleanser of Yanis, who with one hand brought death upon the blaspheming Xenos, and with the other exterminated the despicable worshippers of the archenemy. Gracious protector of footfall, patron of trade. A hush falls over the crowd who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from recent battle of Dargonus. Like children, they await the word of their almighty mother. Praise the Emperor, faithful souls. The darkness around us may be fierce, but the blaze in our hearts fiercer still. Fear not the coming day, henceforth you are all my charges. Remember that we're just not even gonna that you have no other ruler but me for any who dare. Yeah. Serve faithfully, I will lead you to prosperity. No, we'll go with this. Henceforth you are all my charges. The joyful cries carry your name upward, beyond the atmosphere of Dargonus, all the way to the Emperor's throne. You hear a rustle behind you as Heinrich leans forward in a ceremonious bow. In that moment, the eyes of your many subjects flare with fanaticism. The single, unassuming gesture from an unassuming servant of the Inquisition serves to them as the ultimate proof that the hand of the Emperor truly is at work in this dark sector. Adequate. Dargonus has not disappointed. Abelard forces a smile of satisfaction from his face and whispers to you, "You remember the next part? Yes, your ladyship, you will be asked to take the oath." The Master of Ceremonies bows to you with great reverence. Let the oath of the Von Valencius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your ladyship. I, Tessera, Rogue Trader, by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. I, Tessera, Rogue Trader, by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble. It is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. Girl, you did it. That was it. Okay. So you talk to the road. Oh, okay. Where? Oh. So let's hear. I should just do this. Your gathering looks odd. Yes, it does. Where's? Oh wait, Abelard's still here? Really? Oh, Governor Drivestem. Oh. Wait. Did that say Xavier Calcazar? Governor Urbend Drivestem stands surrounded by a highborn guest like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with the sigil of the Inquisition. As soon as you approach, Drivestem is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest of the expression of loyalty. It is a great day, your ladyship. Smile graciously. I welcome you to my palace, honored guests. You are buffeted by a salvo of congratulations and compliments. Study the faces of the nobles in attendance. Drivestem is obviously the leader of Dargonis aristocracy, but judging by the courtesy he is showing you to young Sarback, he clearly wants to strengthen his relationship with that house. The senior Sarback and Gaprick are whispering in another corner. Sarback, whose family seems to be giving you the cold shoulder, must be trying to sway Gaprick to his side, which could be quite advantageous to Lady Gaprick. After all, the disaster on Kiava Gamma has left her family in an extremely vulnerable position. The Wissarians stand apart, their exclusion from the rest palpable. Nod to the Inquisitor. Greetings to the member of the Holy Inquisition. He responds with a dignified bow, his proud face calm and unfaltering. And my greetings to you, esteemed Tessera von Valencius. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. I appreciate your display of loyalty to the Imperium by having one of the Holy Ordos' members at your side during the ceremony. You've demonstrated that you consider yourself a daughter in the fold of our reverent organization. The Inquisition's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask mounted with dozens of augmetics comes a metallic rasp. Glory to the Von Valencius heir. Study the Inquisitor. We're gonna try it. Yes! Good job! The Lord Inquisitor's relaxed expression radiates an odd sense of menace. He's akin to a predator on the prowl, content to hide in the brush of fake smiles and elegant conversation. For now. Among the many augmentations, what stands out is the horribly melted, deformed cogitator connected to the tech priest's head. How it is working is baffling. What is twice as baffling is that the tech priest hasn't replaced it yet. What unpredictable influence can this ruined implant have on his mind? And who is this member of the Honorable Priesthood of Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisperer, which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with the xenotechnology, and Brass Whisperer ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant. His whispering cuts off, replaced by a heavy, ragged breath. It seems that the tech priest's quiet voice is not an extravagant quirk, but rather a consequence of some injury. After catching his breath, he continues, warrant due caution. We have not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar. I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos, the head of the Koronus Expanse conclave, and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure the sector's readiness to meet external threats and to resist internal corruption. An unexpected visit. I, however, have been told about you. His face is impenetrable, but behind his mask you detect the hint of mockery. Enjoy my party. This evening will certainly be illuminating. I hate that. Woo! No. That means he up to something. I don't like that. Look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed Drivestem, you notice a couple of young nobles of Sarback and Gaprick colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dargonis have decided to introduce their young members to high society. The tall man in gray power armor, adorned with the column of a skull, is undoubtedly a high-ranking inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is his entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor and a tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Abelard stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestem. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance. Take a guess at who is allied with who in this tangle of snakes. You begin to ponder the intricacies of political landscape of your capital, but only rewarded for your effort with a headache. What were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dargonis. So many victims, so much damage to our industries. Thank the Emperor that you are our protector. If it weren't for you, the cursed invaders would have obliterated the whole planet. He offers you a thin and obsequious smile. Sharing this sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to their raid on Darkonis with a punitive campaign. Young Sarback's smile is conceited and bloodthirsty. Talk to him. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do! This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. He talks ardently and smoothly, like a commissar. He places his hand on the hilt of his finely adorned sword, his pale face ablaze with noble fury. By having a member of the Inquisition by your side at the ceremony, your ladyship has shown your intent to closely abide by the Imperium's credo. To root out Xenos' scourge, the High Sarback will offer every support to you in this righteous undertaking. Or they must be forced into servitude. Many Xenos are more useful alive and obedient than dead. The young man in Gapric color speaks with sagacity and gravity, but his opinion seems to carry little weight in the circle. Well said. Since you've already promised it, I will accept your support and hereby impose a duty on your house. You are to provide me with soldiers, and young man are... No. Smile venomously. How many Xenos have you killed personally? He flushes and mumbles incoherently. The Honorable Marquis forbade, but I wanted, did not let me go into battle. The Inquisitor sitting among the guests offers a thin smile. It must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust towards enemies of the Imperium without ever having seen one at a blade's distance. What is your name? Your ladyship, allow me to introduce the daughter of Chancellor Clementia Wessarian and my great-granddaughter, Astartia. Abelard looks solemnly upon the young woman with a barely concealed pride. I am delighted to witness you, your ladyship. She bows, keeping her observant and intelligent eyes trained on you. Oh, that's such a good description. Modesty forbids my esteemed forebearer to say this himself, so I will. Our entire family is grateful to you for wishing to see someone of Wessarian blood at your side as you claim your inheritance. Drivestem exchanges telling glances with the young Sarback, who, judging by his face, is suddenly finding the collar of his expensive frock coat uncomfortably tight. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into words, your ladyship. Never before have I seen such a grand and striking ceremony. Her voice sounds passionate and inspired, and her eyes shine with barely contained excitement. But I was so much more amazed by your generosity. The provisions that are being handed out in the streets of the capital will make the difference between life and death for many of those who lost everything in the Xenos attack. Young Gapric keeps staring at Astartia curiously and a little bashfully. It seems the boy likes her. Oh, is love blooming in the air? Where's the rest of your kin? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. She frowns and adds peevishly, I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception where I can do nothing to serve your ladyship. Sarback smirks. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. I want to smack this kid. I hope the Wessarian family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your ladyship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness. I am obliged, dear Astartia. It looks like Abelard is somewhat embarrassed by the turn of conversation. So you wish to become my servant as well? She flushes and starts talking quickly with the fire in her voice. It would seem that she finds work-related conversations far more interesting than court gossip. Of course, I've been working on a project for the last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astartia. I highly doubt her ladyship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman about to about how to run her protectorate. Abelard shoots Drivestem a glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. Hold your tongue. I decide who may speak and who may not. Please continue. Please let me get this. Yes. That was so low ranking, but I still got it. Oh, that's good. Heartened, Astartia continues in the tone of a seasoned administratum clerk. Our suggestion is to set up a chain of stations in the void, plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships. By placing them in logistically sound locations, we could simplify our ship routes so that they may split long warp jumps into a series of safer, shorter jumps from one beacon to another. This would have a positive effect on the overall safety of journeys and the accessibility of colonies. More and more technical terms and percentage creeps into her speech. She quotes Lex Mechanic reports, accounts of starship captains. Astartia's vigor and sharp mind are enough to silence even the most venomous of commentators. They all stand there in silence, trying to digest what she's saying. Abelard surveys the quiet nobles with triumph and then looks at his great-granddaughter with pride. Enjoy your evening. Thank you, your ladyship. I'm ready to accept your congratulations now. I couldn't not. I had to. As the second best to Abelard announced me. In that case, allow me to be the first to offer them. Drivestem snaps his fingers and several servants approach you with gifts. The governor points at a thin, curved Drakari blade. My soldiers took this splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your ladyship. Young Sarback squeezes through to be the next, pushing Gaprick aside with confidence. Your ladyship, House Sarback anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times to make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach. My family humbly presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament for your ship. Ooh. Young Gaprick bows ceremoniously. House Gaprick is delighted to present you this blessed work of the Omnissiah Smiths. May this locator matrix, which took the holy artisan an entire lifetime to create, always show you the right path. Having let the aristocrats go first, a sign of deference, Abelard's the last. Your ladyship, House Wissarion possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance. We are rich and talented and hardworking people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to your colonies, in your protectorate and use their talents so that the worlds in your charge may prosper. Aw, thanks, Abelard. That's very nice of you. Okay. So we are now looking for... Who are all these people? I don't know this. Up here? What is that? Eerily crackling Xenos trophy. Oh. More aristocrats. Oh no, what is this? I don't know if I want to participate in... What is that? I'm gonna save. Just in case I want to, like... Back. Are those live targets? Condemned? No, I'm good. I'm good. I don't think that that's something that Tess would, jump into necessarily. I don't see that as being a test thing. Confessors, aristocrats. Altar to the God Emperor. Who is this? Drakari captain really muttering curses. Okay. Can I keep it? Wait. Please let me go. I'm not a Xenos. I'm a person. Oh no. I don't want them like that. Xeno beast. Okay. So we are looking for... Okay, I gotta go inside now. Well, I'm glad I was able to meet who I met. Now we go in this way. What a adventure it has already been. The fact that Abelard's great-granddaughter put the nobles in their place like that makes me so happy. I'm so happy we went with the Wissarians for everything. That just makes my day. And I think it fits Tess's character really well. Okay. Nobody of import. Oh, no. Greetings. Hello? Honored guests and blah, blah, blah. I just want to make sure. Okay, there's nobody out here. In we go. Oh, I see. Oh, Heinrich's here. Interesting. A group of aristocrats stand apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. The leader of this gathering is a gaunt, bilious-faced man dressed in Sarback colors. This must be Macarius himself, head of the house. He offers you a ceremonious bow. My congratulations, your ladyship. May the Omnissiah grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, the one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Taurinia Gaprick. It is difficult to read her face due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. You catch Heinrich's intent gaze upon you as he breaks off from agilely tapping at a data slate. He makes a subtle gesture, clearly wishing to speak with you. Let's observe. Tauriana Gaprick looks rather anxious. Macarius Sauerback, dressed in surprisingly plain and austerely for an aristocrat of such high rank, is frowning suspiciously. He came to the reception with a companion, a woman of dazzling beauty wearing a gilded augment necklace around her throat. His wife, probably. Heinrich, who joined the group unnoticed, mostly keeps silent, listening intently to their every word. How are you these days, Toriana? Like a forging hammer, Toriana's voice falls heavily on the ear. The corruption of Chiavagama was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubus Delphim betrayed our trust, desecrating the forged cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I am ready to accept the punishment. There is something lurking beneath her repentant expression, a grudge. It would seem that she was personally offended by the nightmare into which Cubus Delphim plunged her domain, and she feels betrayed. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted on Chiavagama, and your house will be forgiven. She raises her mechanical eye to the ceiling. I swear on the Omnissiah's all-encompassing insight, we will make every effort to justify the cost of its resurrection. Macarius scoffs. It was only a year ago that none could doubt House Gapric's usefulness. Yet here you are, Toriana, on your knees, justifying the cost. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. His face twists into an unpleasant smile, which makes the artificial skin on his left side all the more prominent. I am a servant of the von Valencia's dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. His wife offers you a charming smile, as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has displeased you so? He says with caution, I am your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked, and I will answer. Too long has the Koronus Expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders. The privileges granted to them makes people think that commoners, too, can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your ladyship, are subject to the strangest of rumors, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Conrad Voigtveer's people, for instance, claim you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora's demise and accuse you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think they may follow your example. Your poor head tormented with so many concerns. Would you like to have it removed from you? You speak of the sector's future with such confidence. Could it be that you want this power for yourself, that you simply envy rogue traders? Judging by the chuckles among the nobles, your words have found their mark. He blushes in humiliation. Not in the slightest, your ladyship. I am content with my role as servant. Toriana looks away tactfully so as not to see her associate being disgraced. I'm good there. We're good there. Lean towards Heinrich. Interesting conversations. It's been very illuminating, given me plenty of food for thought. His response is barely audible. He glances to make sure other guests are not observing you. The interrogator murmurs, we need to talk immediately. Something wrong? Not here. Let's go elsewhere. It won't take long. Oh no. I don't know where, are we in my room? As soon as you exit the crowd, you find yourself alone. You realize that something is wrong with Heinrich. His face is fixed in its usual expression of grim inscrutability. But something, his tightly clenched jaw or the slight creasing around his eyes, reveals the change in him. When he begins to speak, his voice thrums with tension. We don't have much time, Tessera. I brought you here away from prying eyes because I have something very important to tell you. He breaks off, looking past you, whether suspicious of being observed or simply choosing his next words, you cannot say. You see his jaw muscle ticking in his cheek, and the corner of his mouth twitches uncontrollably. It's funny. As soon as we find ourselves alone, you lose the power of speech. His face twists into a strained smile as he continues to look past you. I'm trying to choose the right words for what I have intended to say. Give me a second. He exhales and looks directly at you for the first time in this conversation. His expression is strange, tormented. Listen to me. Tonight, something very important is going to happen. Steel yourself and be prepared. Do not do anything foolish. I beg you. Bear in mind that you are not being threatened with anything right now. Remember that, I give you my word. Be prepared for what? He lets out a strange sigh. I swear on the golden throne and all that is holy, Tessera, I cannot reveal everything without contravening prohibitions and vows that are far more important than you or I. There are lines I cannot cross. And yet, despite all that, I knew I had to give you fair warning. If you can call it that, let them charge me with whatever they want. I had to make you aware that there is no genuine threat to your life because... He hesitates, his confusion about what he wants to say and what he must not say finally getting the better of him. Oh, we can smooch him or we can take his hand. Are we smooch? I feel like we're going in. I feel like Tessa's going in. Like we've been dancing around this for like 80 episodes. Let's go. The interrogator freezes in shock and a moment later surges forward. His hand slides to your waist and the back of your head, and he drags you against him, gripping you tight, not giving you the slightest chance to slip away. His response to your kiss, as though he has been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time. The world around you stops. After an eternity, Heinrich, gasping, pulls back ever so slightly. You can still feel his breath on your lips. He vacillates for another moment and then lets out a shaky breath. No, this isn't right. He takes a step backward, his hands gripping your shoulders. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have. Pull him towards you, don't go. The interrogator smiles caustically and gently removes your hands. You don't understand, not yet at least. I had to stop. I'm sorry, you'll see why. He takes another step backward and casts one last look at you before turning away. You should return to your guests. The absence of the rogue trader will definitely be noted. Until next time. This man is always like 2 steps away from falling in love with Tess. Leave silently. That's... I'm very confused as to why Heinrich is coded to her, but that's okay. We'll go back. Okay. We are looking for the other rogue traders, right? Is that still what I am to do?